My name is Jamie Golba. I work at Dunes Learning Center and I'm also on the board for EEAI. Thank you everyone for attending this year's awards ceremony, and thank you to our sponsors for making this possible. Each year, EEAI strives to identify people who have impacted environmental education in Indiana. This year, even though we are virtual, we still want to take the time to recognize the hard work of a few standout individuals. So we have 4 awards that we are going to present this evening, and we are going to start with the Joe Wright Recognition of Excellence Award. The Joe Wright Award recognizes specific achievements in the field of environmental education. Previous recipients of this award have been teachers, naturalists, education project coordinators, and natural resource agency personnel. This year, we are honored to recognize 2 different individuals for this award. So I would like to introduce Shannon Hudson to speak on our first recipient.
Hi, everybody. My name is Shannon Hudson, and Warren Gartner, you're the reason we're here right now. I am a middle school science teacher in Crawfordsville, Indiana, and back in 1988, Warren came to Purdue and did a Project Wild conference for us, and I was hooked. I was in and out as my children grew and got out of the house, and when Warren Gartner retired, I kind of held my breath. And then somehow we got Rachel Woodworth. And what has happened is this young lady, and I can say that, has turned what could have been a COVID disaster into a learning curve experience. And what we are now doing with Project Wild is we've gone virtual. And I wasn't quite sure how that was going to work, but I was able to do a Growing Up Wild virtual workshop with my students this summer with Rachel's help. And I nominated her mainly because she has taken what was began so lovingly and carefully by Warren et al. And turned it into a format that everybody can now have. And it's all digital, it's all virtual. And I certainly am not smart enough to do it, but I could not be more grateful for the fact that Rachel has. And I think the direction that Project Wild and Growing Up Wild and Project Wet has gone is a testament to her and her incredible hard work and her thinking outside the box. I know that she had overflowing virtual conferences this summer. And I could not be more grateful to both these people. And Warren, I couldn't nominate you because you already have an award that's named after you. So I'm really sorry about that. So Rachel, I would like to introduce to Rachel Woodworth, who is just a lot of fun to work with, a lot of fun to be with, and has taken Project Wild, etc., in the right direction.
Thank you, Shannon. You have me in tears here. I really appreciate this award, and thank you to everyone on here. I began my role 2 years ago, moved to Indiana, a new state to me, and you all welcomed me open arms. It's truly working with you all, collaborating with our educators, figuring out like what is it that we need and how can I best help you in the classroom or in your non-formal education realm. And I'm speechless. Thank you, Shannon, for those kind words. And thank you for everyone who's helped me along this way. I really appreciate it.
Congratulations, Rachel. And here is your award that will be in the mail soon.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Our second recipient is unable to be here this evening, but he has also received the Joe Wright Recognition of Excellence Award. His nominator said that he has been an incredible asset to the Allen County Parks. He started out as a volunteer and he's been involved with monarch tagging, macroinvertebrate sampling. He's implemented game cameras into the park, has developed natural and cultural history programs, and does amphibian work. Most recently, he has added a children's play space. His nominator said that they have been truly blessed at Allen County Parks when Jeff took them on, and he is a gem there. Congratulations to Jeff Ormiston. And Jeff is unable to attend this evening because he has a scheduled talk and hike with a herpetology class at Purdue Fort Wayne, and he is discussing Fox Island Park's herp-friendly habitats and how he raises amphibians. Nonetheless, Jeff expressed with great gratitude, how thankful he was upon being notified of this award. So congratulations to Jeff.
Congratulations.
And here is Jeff's award. Our third award is the Sam Carmen Warren Gardner Cornerstone Award. Whew, sorry. And I'm going to turn it over to Mary Cutler, and she's going to talk a little bit about this award.
Thank you, Jamie. Well, many of you attending this ceremony know that last year we were able to create a new award to join the other very prestigious awards that EEA provides for our members each year. So we had the Howard Michaud Award, of course, and the Joe Wright Award and our President's Award, but we really did not have an award that recognized the long-term commitment and dedication to our organization as a whole, to Environmental Education Association of Indiana. So with the retirement of Sam Carmen and Warren Gardner, who had been in our ranks for so many years and had really served as the pillars of our organization, it was felt it was time to rectify that error, that omission. And so a new award, as Jamie mentioned, the Sam Carmen Warren Gardner Cornerstone Award was created, with Sam and Warren being honored at our 50th anniversary celebration and commemoration at last year's conference. So we were so pleased to roll out that award to honor those two amazing gentlemen. And in the years since, as we looked to future recipients to receive this honor, we were so fortunate in knowing that a long-term member and stalwart participant in so many EEAI initiatives over the years, Kathy Meyer, would be retiring in this coming year after that creation of that award. So I knew immediately who the first recipient of the Sam Carmen Warren Gardner Cornerstone Award should be in this new year, and that honor should go without a doubt to Kathy Meyer. And I'd like to turn over my microphone at this point in time to the two gentlemen who the award is named after, Warren and Sam, to share some of their memories and commemorative moments regarding Kathy Meyer and her long service to our organization. So Warren, are you still with us?
I am still here. And thank you so much for those kind words. I don't know if Sam made it on or not. I know he was having technical difficulties. His computer, no, didn't make it in. Oh, that's too bad, but I will try to speak for Sam. And he and I did get a chance to talk a little earlier today. So I had a pretty good idea where he was headed with his comments as well. But thank you. It's great to be almost with you all, and great to see so many friendly faces that I don't get to see as often anymore, but hopefully some of you will come to Montana and visit sometime. Last year, we were incredibly honored and humbled to hear about this award, and Sam and I talked about it. We can't think of anybody who better represents what the Cornerstone Award is about than Kathy Meyer. As Project Wild Coordinator, she was one of the people who kind of helped introduce me to the state, and really always had Bloomington and that area, as well as EEAI and the state in a whole, as well under control. We always knew things were in good shape in Bloomington because of all the work Kathy was doing there. But I started looking up into what a cornerstone really is. And it's that solid foundation that you build your whole building on. And with a premier naturalist like Kathy as part of this foundation, what better way to build on what she's been doing and what she knows and does. But the cornerstone also is what you place first to orient the entire building. So it kind of determines the direction and the layout of the rest of the building. And I remember back when Kathy was on the board, she did a lot of training and brought a lot of her experience and knowledge to the group to be able to do long range planning for EEAI and really set with the board that worked with her the direction for where EEAI was going to go for many years to come. So, you know, perfect example of a cornerstone setting the directions for the whole building. Something else I enjoy about a cornerstone, well, one thing they do often is put an inscription on it that tells the history. I kind of like to think of us senior members of EEAI, our inscription is our wrinkles that come from all the smiles that we've had and the fun we've all had together. But also they'll often put in a time capsule into the stone and bury that in the building, which has a lot of the history built into it. I thought, what a great metaphor for the knowledge and the experience that each of these folks have, and so many of the members of EEAI have with them that they can share. So that time capsule, be sure to take advantage of that. Even though some of us are retiring, we're still around, and anytime we can help out, let us know. But Kathy's got a great background to help support this group. Finally, one of the best things about laying a cornerstone is there's usually a celebration that goes with it. And many times offerings are made, grain and wine and oil. So at this point, raise your grain or wine and help me congratulate Kathy Meyer on becoming the new cornerstone of EEAI. And Kathy, you're a great cornerstone, but no one will ever take you for granted. Congratulations, Kathy.
Congratulations, Kathy.
Wow. Thank you. Wow, that's just amazing. I can't really think of myself as being in the same class as Warren and Sam. I think we need 4 cornerstones to hold the building up, don't we? Somebody else will have to come in. I first went to an EEAI meeting more than 40 years ago. I was in a history and philosophy of science class, and the person who was teaching that class invited me to go along to one at the FCA Center, and that was my first exposure to EEAI. And over the years, it's just been an incredible part of my life. I've met so many talented and creative and dedicated people through EEAI. Everyone who's a part of this group shares some fundamental values about our environment and education and young people and moving things forward. And it's very humbling to be part of that. I have so many memories of the strategic planning conference in San Francisco that some of us went to, and we brought back all of that ideas, and we had our retreats, our planning retreats, and tried to set the course, round up all the information from the past and set a course for the future. And all of the planning workshops and all of the annual conferences and all of the laughter and singing and refreshments and hospitality rooms, wonderful sessions, and the places we've been and all the things we've shared together have just been extremely rewarding part of my career. And like Warren, I would be glad to continue to help out and support the organization any way I can. So thank you very much. It's a very unexpected honor.
Yay.
Congratulations again, Kathy, and thank you for your lasting impact on EEAI. And there's your award. And then lastly, this evening, we are going to award the Doug Waldman President's Award. The recipients of the Doug Waldman President's Award are selected by the current president of EEAI in recognition of their assistance to the organization or contributions to the field of environmental education during the past year. So I am going to turn it over to our current board president, Stephanie, and she can say a few words about this year's recipient.
Hi, everybody. So good to see your faces. Well, it was not hard for me to decide that Carla Gull deserved the Doug Waldman President's Award for 2020. It has been a very tough year for all of us for many of the same and also different reasons. One of the hardest decisions for us for EEAI was to decide to meet virtually for this conference instead of in person. And it also raised a lot of questions. So how would we do that? Who can do that? Will our members want to meet virtually? How do we provide the same feelings of camaraderie virtually? What about the song contest? What are we going to do? And so Carla took it on. She was fearless, and she took it to a whole new level. It's because of her and the amazing 2020 conference committee too. They have done an amazing job this year. It's because of them that we're here today. So everybody give her a grand virtual round of applause. Thank you, Carla, for all that you've done for us this year and in the past.
Thanks. It's been fun to tackle this new challenge. I kind of got roped into it from Jameson, who sat down on a couch and ended up leading a conference. And with his new role, he hasn't been as involved, but he was very fundamental in the earlier parts of it and continues to do what he can. For me, this has been just a learning opportunity. My husband calls me a professional development junkie. Like, I could go to conferences all the time and just be pretty content and happy. And so being on the planning side of it has really helped me grow and develop as well. And it's been great to make new connections and build new skills that I didn't necessarily know before. And it's not been me alone. It's been a team effort, as Stephanie shared earlier. And I called you Mindy in another thing too, Stephanie. Sorry about that. We're good. But the committee, all the people that have been part of the committee for a short while or a longer while to make this happen. I know Paul McAfee has been part of the committee for years and years and years. And so his wisdom and strength in knowing how things happen has been invaluable for that. Mindy with her graphic skills has been wonderful, and being able to help with social media and some of those kinds of things. And Jessie with her, she's been learning so much about technology in her role that she could bring and help us with the conference with this as well. And then we've also had Darcy, who has just years and years of experience to help us understand, best practices with the conference and things of that sort. And let me see, who else did we have? And we've had other people helping in the background at different times. Caitlin and Judy and Paul Paul Sturry have all helped with those kinds of things as well. And Krista, you did the field trips. I didn't have to worry about a thing because you just made it happen, and we're able to connect with all those people. And if there's anyone else that I forgot, I am sorry, but I think
Your husband.
Yes, he's my next person.
I was going to thank him too, because he's helped out a lot too.
And he just walked in. He was actually just helping David Sobel get hooked up with technology while we did this, so that he's ready to go. So, yeah, without his technical expertise in sounding board, I wouldn't have been able to do this. And so I appreciate how much he's doing he's going to take all of these recordings and put them out for us to be able to view later and all those kinds of things. And then all the speakers and just all the people that helped connect us to speakers, valuable people that could be part of this. I could send in a message a week ago and say, hey, we are missing some panelists for this. And someone found, networked, and was able to find people right away. And so just that camaraderie that's within the profession of environmental education is just great. And then also just the participants, thank you for trying this year. I know we'd like to be in person, but it's neat to use technology to see what we can do with it too. So thank you very much for the honor and allowing me to be part of it.
Congratulations again, and here's your award. And then I'm going to turn it back to Stephanie to talk about board nominations.
All right. So I have a lot to report, a lot of really good things to report. I'll check my time too to make sure I don't go over. I'm very happy to report that Allison Zeidel has accepted the president-elect position. So she'll be transitioning from her director-at-large position, and she will be transitioned into president 2021. Mindy Murdoch will continue as director-at-large for another term. Yay, Mindy! Darcy Zollman's director-at-large position is ending, and she is transitioning to vice president. So I'm so excited to continue working with you, Darcy. You're here, yay. Yep, she is, yay. Jack Schoaf's term as vice president is ending, and he is transitioning to director at large. Thank you, Jack, for your dedication to EEAI. He's been on the board for a few years, several years. Paul McAfee is continuing for another term as treasurer, because what would we do without Paul? Thank you, Paul. We have a new board member, yay, and she's here as well. Megan Gunn, she's going to finish out Allison's director at large position. We're so very excited to have Megan working with us. She is a dedicated member of EEAI, and we look forward to her contributions to the organization as a board member. So yay, Megan, thanks for joining us. And last but not least, Anne is transitioning off the board, but she's not leaving us because we won't let her. That's not possible. So I don't know an EEAI board without Anne, but I guess I'll find out. So I'm happy for her. She's transitioning into other things, and she's got her own board at Waycross, and you know, Anne, she's got all kinds of things that she's doing. But I will miss you. We will miss you terribly on the board. I asked for some words about Anne, and so I got a lot of words. I could say a lot of things about Anne, but I'm just going to say some words that were tossed around when we say the name Anne. Welcoming, kind, genuine, dedicated, persuasive, caring, passionate, and determined. So thank you, Anne. There's so many more things I could say, but you're not going anywhere. You're just going to a different board. So, but we will miss you on the board. So thank you, Anne. I think that's it for board. Oh, yay, Anne, yay. Yeah, I think that's it for board elections. I did want to mention a little bit about how, if you're interested in getting more involved with EEAI, some opportunities there. Of course, you can serve on the board. So we have opportunities every year. So if you're interested in serving on the board, please talk to me or one of the other board members that you see here this weekend, or email us, however you want to send us smoke signals, however you want to get a hold of us. We'd love to talk to you about that. Conference committees. So we've got, I think there might still be some opportunities for the 2021 conference committee. By the way, mark your calendars, because 2021 EEAI conference is at Spring Mill State Park, November 12th through the 14th. And then we're also looking for committee members for the 2022 conference. So if you're interested in that, maybe just not this year or maybe next year, let one of us know on the board, and we can help get you started. Other things, mentor programs. So if you want to have a mentor or you want to be a mentor, that is a new opportunity. So feel free to talk to one of us about that. There's information on the EEAI website. And then of course, EEAI projects. So ICANN, the Children in Nature Network, and the Environmental Literacy Guidelines. Those are just a couple of examples of ways that you can be involved with the EEAI. And then if you have ideas that I didn't mention, we're all ears, so talk to us. We'll be happy to have you be more involved. So I think that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Like we all know, we would have much rather have met in person, but meeting virtually does have its perks and allows some other people to be with us. So thank you so much for attending tonight's ceremony and helping us to recognize the hard work that is happening in environmental education. Please don't forget that our keynote speaker, David Sobel, is at 7:15. So about a little less than 20 minutes. And then after that, we have the talent contest at 8:30. So don't forget about that either. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and enjoy attending the conference. Thank you all. Have a wonderful evening.